Yes. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Good morning once again. I'm about to start screen sharing with you so we can officially get started. Okay. So let me just do this. Okay, here we go. So welcome, everybody. Welcome and thank you for being here and for somebody is unmuted. I'm just gonna mute everyone. And then if you guys have any questions, raise your hand or drop it in the chat. We are going to be reviewing it at all times. So again, welcome. Thank you for being here and for nourishing your communities with your gifts. We are just gonna do a quick icebreaker so we get to know each other. This is our little agenda for the day. As I said, we're gonna start with an icebreaker and followed by a reflection. Then we're gonna share a little bit about the program background, the processes and tools that we are gonna be going through over the course of the next 6 months. Including Google Classroom. Maria is gonna do a walkthrough about it. We're gonna get to know a little bit more about our advisors and what it is next. So we are really excited to have you here. And then we're just gonna start really quick. If you can just share your name, your business, or your role on the System Accelerator in our case. And we are just going to be sharing what is your fondest food memory. I'm going to stop in this sharing so we can all see each other. And since I'm unmuted already, I'm going to start. I'm Maybelline Jerez, and we're gonna do popcorn style. So I'm Maybelline Jerez, I'm the program manager of the Season Accelerator. And the fondest memory I have is as a kid, going to the countryside with my uncle. He'll get us coconuts straight from the trees, and he'll have bees. He'll harvest bees, and he'll take like the honey out and give it to us with the coconut. So I'll never forget that. It was delicious, fresh and yummy. And I'm just gonna popcorn it to Dolores.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Dolores. I go by either Lola or Maya. So if you hear different names at some point, you are not confusing me. That's the same person. And then I saw that there was a Lola here. I started laughing. But yeah, the preferred nickname is Lola, right? Because Dolores, I would get bullied. So that was not a fun memory of my childhood to get made fun of for being called Dolores. But I would say the fond memory I have was riding the bicycle around this little park. I loved riding my bicycle around this little park where I grew up in Pico Union near downtown LA. So I loved going around in circles on my bicycle. And I actually just bought my first bicycle as an adult on Saturday so I could start biking home from work. So I think that must have been a great memory if I want to get back to that again. And then I will popcorn. Oh, sorry. Did you want to say something?
Yes, I was going to say your business name. You want to share your business name?
Oh, yes. Only Lola. I got distracted with the Lola comment. So yeah, my business name is Only Lola, and it's a Nicaraguan / Latin cuisine based business. And then I'm just going to popcorn. The next person I see up here is Maria Rivera.
Hi, everybody. I am Maria Rivera. I work for the CLA program or CLA for Access program, Season Accelerator program associate. And it's nice to meet y'all. I am going to be here to support you in the applications and the tools that we use. So more about that later. And I can popcorn it over to Gregory. If not, Lola. Has Lola gone?
I think that would be Hannah, and she's connected from 2 devices.
Hi, am I logged in? I've had a good morning, everyone. I'm sorry, I'm Hannah, and I'm having a computer issue for some reason, so I can't seem to turn my camera on. But I'm Hannah and I'm a woman. My business is called Beanie, and it's basically a plant-based vegan business. All of our products are made from beans, hence the name Beanie. And basically it's all about healthy eating and just integrating delicious plant-based products into your diet. I would say my most fondest food memory, is that what it was? A food memory? Yeah. My sister lives in Melbourne actually, and Melbourne, Australia, and they just have the most delicious brunches. I don't know if anyone's been to Australia here, but like they just do the best lunches, best avocado on toast. Yeah, so every time I go to Australia, I just absolutely love eating there because the brunches are so good. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you for sharing. Do you want to select somebody else?
Okay. I will select Corin.
Hi, I'm Corin. This is my husband, Frank. We own a business called Puff and Crunch Goodies. We do freeze-dried candy. So we've got a variety of about 15 different candies that freeze dry and expand. The texture changes, it enhances the flavors, and the kids love it. I would say my fondest food memory is probably we're from Ohio. So when we were still there, every Sunday morning, the whole family got together at my parents' house. Everybody cooked a big brunch. And we'd eat a huge brunch and play games and have family time. And now that we're in California, I miss it. So that's definitely my fondest food memory. And we'll pass it on to Caesar.
Sorry, but Frank, do you want to share your fondest memory?
Mine would probably, we went on a cruise and we got to eat lunch or dinner with the captain of the ship, and he explained to me the reason why pirates stayed drunk on their cruises was because the alcohol messes with your equilibrium the way the waves do, and I've carried that ever since. So that'd probably be my fondest.
Thank you. And now Caesar.
Hi, my name is Cesar. The name of my business is Cesy Blooms Organics. I do organic juices, and I emphasize on like people with illnesses, like maybe people with cardiovascular conditions or diabetes. I also help people with weight loss. And then I also want to get into kids juices. So I want to make some healthy juices for kids. My fondest food memory was probably the first time I went to like a Michelin star restaurant like a couple years ago. I want to say it was a good memory because at the time I don't think I appreciated food the way I do now, because I don't know if anyone's been to these types of restaurants. It's like a whole experience. It's not just the food. And so since then I've always been a big fan of food, and it just changed the whole way I look at food now. So I want to say that's probably my biggest memory.
Thank you. You want to pass it to somebody else, or can I choose?
Yeah. Dalina.
Dalina, we can't hear you. Yeah. You're muted.
I'm trying to mute her. No, you're still muted.
We can come back to her.
Yes. So in that case, well, Delina works it out. I'm just gonna read really quick what our other Lola says. So her name is Lola Maria. You can also call her Lona. And she owns her own vegan bakery called Chocolate in the Ship, and her founder's food memory is making Sunday gravies with her pops in the kitchen. Thank you for sharing, Lola. And then I'll pass it to Jodie.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I made mistake with the mute. So
Yeah, go for it,
sorry. Okay, my name is Dalia. I'm working in the coffee industry for more than 10 years. And one of my important goals to this program is to improve my small business for opening to the new kind of the accounts. For example, with the idea is to provide a really good quality in the coffee and let them know to each customer how it's important to get that really good quality in my product. For example, we roster different brands, different countries of the coffee. So this is one of my main concerns to start with this kind of the business. And the more important is to show exactly what kind of person they need to know for the coffee industry. And this is principal my main idea to work with that industry, Maybelline, and both. Okay.
Thank you. Jodie?
Hi, my name is Jodie. I am the mastermind and confectionery artist behind Good Vibes Cookie Co. I make cookies that are replications of edible crystals. So I would say I have a few fond memories, obviously baking and cooking in the kitchen with my kids. I'm a single mom also of 2 kids, 2 teenagers now. But I think my fondest memory is watching people's expressions when they find out the cookies I make are actually crystal, look like they think they're crystals, but they're actually cookies, and watching them experience them and eat them for the first time. It's been almost 6 years and it's still not lost on me. I get excited every time I get to share what I do with people. So that'd probably be the most present moment.
Thank you, Jodie.
And are we done? I don't.
No, Mercedes is missing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pop it over there, Mercedes.
Hi guys, I'm Mercedes. I am the operations, switch, I guess you could say, for Caribbean Soul Kitchen LA. My husband and I own the only Panamanian restaurant on the West Coast. And a fond memory for me would be, I just so happened to be the daughter of a chef who cooked for people in the Army. And so when I was a little girl, my dad made pancakes and fried chicken for dinner. We didn't have that for breakfast. We had that for dinner. So it was definitely something different. Most people are having pancakes and fried chicken when they visit Roscoe's here in Los Angeles. But I had it for dinner when I was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's a good memory for me.
Well, that's a good one. Thank you everyone for sharing. I'm just gonna go back to a screen share and we're just gonna do a quick reflection, which I'm gonna pass it on to Maria.
Yeah, so we wanted to take a little pause in a couple of minutes. I don't know what that blue dot is, but I think it's just where we're at. If you could, I think just in silence, right? And if we want to share, I think we'll have time for that if anybody wants to share. But what are your current challenges? What current challenges are you facing as an entrepreneur? And what is the one goal you would like to achieve over the course of the program? So we can start now.
Yes, I'm gonna take the clock 2 minutes. And then as Maria said, if you guys feel comfortable sharing what your goals are for the next 6 months or the challenges that you're facing and you're trying to overcome, you're more than welcome to do so. If not, just send it over to me, because that's gonna be kind of like the measuring point. So in 6 months, when you guys look back, you can say, I started it here and here, this is where I am, just kind of like a reference point. So it is 11:20 right now. I'm gonna give you till 11:22. Okay. Does anybody feel comfortable sharing their current challenges or what the goals is for the next 6 months?
Go ahead and share.
Go for it.
Puff and Crunch Goodies currently only has one freeze dry machine. We currently go to a few markets. We are in 2 small grocery stores in our area. So our goal would be to acquire at least another machine, if not 2, and have the ability to gain larger accounts at that level locally. The challenge is that the machines are very expensive. We currently operate under a CFO, and we don't have the space in our home or the electrical abilities to put more machines in our home and operate that way. So I think our challenge is not only securing the funds to be able to acquire those machines, but also the guidance as to what would be our next best financial move. Is it renting a commercial kitchen? Is it a food truck kind of situation? This is our first entrepreneurial adventure, so just the guidance as to what others have had success in, because we're just kind of winging it at this point.
Thank you for sharing, Corin. That's a really good goal. I think we can get you. I mean, I cannot get you, but you have some guidance to get you there as soon as possible. And I saw that Lola, Dolores, just to clarify, raise her hand.
Yeah, just really quickly. I think the biggest challenge for us has been that we started during the pandemic, like literally a month before. So it quickly became a takeout only type of business. But now that, things are obviously back, to normal, that has really decreased the clientele we get. While we still try to remain takeout only without having an actual location, has really become a challenge. And so I need to know where the people went or what do the people want? Do they want like seating? Is it more a restaurant? Would they be okay with like, like a food truck or a cart? Like, kind of like following that trend and seeing where that's going, I think is the biggest challenge right now. And then the overall goal would be eventually to open a location. But in the meantime, while that happens, it's like, what do we do?
Thank you for sharing. The reason also like why we ask you to share, so you can see that even though it feels like being an entrepreneur feels really solo, all of you share the same or similar like challenges, and you can connect and just talk it out and see how you can see it a different perspective, because you can have the same challenge but approach it in different ways and you can learn from each other. So thank you, Lola and Corin, for sharing that. And then we're just gonna keep moving. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk a little bit about our background, the background of the program. Same as Only Lola, we started right at the beginning of the pandemic. So the program started as a way to formalize what at the time CLA was already doing for food entrepreneurs that were currently vending in our markets. So the goal of the program is to support small food businesses that are not only a farmers market, but also at a local level within the city of Los Angeles. This program is unique among other accelerators because it focuses on food and beverage vendors. And since in founding, we have supported 44 entrepreneurs. And we strive to support a diverse group of entrepreneurs to support a healthy local food economy and help small food businesses to grow. Our objectives as Food Access LA that we are now for the accelerator, and as I said before, is to keep supporting the small food businesses and help them grow so we can create a stronger local economy. We largely serve immigrants and entrepreneurs of colors, particularly women, who form the majority of the vendors at food access farmers markets. So to give you a little bit more of data, since we founded the program, 19% of the food businesses that we have served are BIPOC owned. 50% of those businesses have women founders or co-founders, and 40% of the participating food businesses are Black owned or co-owned. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about the process, which you already know a little bit. You heard a lot of during the interview. And then I'm going to pass it on to Maria, who's going to explain you the different tools that we are going to be using. So each year we support 10 entrepreneurs. For the exception of this year that we've decided only to take on 9 entrepreneurs. The way that this is going to translate to you guys is that I think you all remember when we met, you were originally supposed to get 12 hours of advising. Those extra hours for that entrepreneur that we didn't take in are going to be passed on to you. So we split it evenly, and instead of 12, each of you are going to be getting 13.3, something like that, with each coach. So the process looks like a little, you're going to be paired up with 2 coaches, 1 business coach and 1 marketing coach. I'm going to be doing introductions later on today with your coaches. You're going to learn more about them in a little bit as well. We provide linkage to resources, meaning twice a week, we send out sort of like a newsletter letting you know of different webinars that are offered by other organizations that support our program. There are also grants available over there that you can apply for if you decide to do so. If at some point you get into a point in which you need to be connected to the organization, we can also support you and help speed up the process. Part of it also include webinars. You are going to be receiving after this the full guide of webinars along with all the invites for those webinars, so you have in advance what it looks like. And over the course of the summer, you're going to be receiving professional photograph of yourself in actions and of your products. All those pictures that you see in our presentations, those are from our Cohort 4 alumni. So I'll pass it to Maria. Please let us know if at any point you have any questions. Sorry, go Maria.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just kind of, I don't know if you guys know how to raise your hand, but you're welcome to just open your mic up too. So continuing on talking about the program process and tools, we are going to use Google Classroom. We don't want you to worry all the documents that we may share or videos that we may post through Google Classroom. You'll also get an email, and especially if for some reason it's hard for you to access it or you can't, we are going to go through a walkthrough later. But maybe by a show of hands, who has heard of Google Classroom before? Cool. Yeah, sounds about right. And so that's, the main tool that we use other than email. For the processes, there are Food Access LA, which is our owning organization, check-ins and meetings with advisors. So I guess Food Access LA check-ins are twice a month. And what we mean by resource referrals is really being a point of contact for you, or being sharing with you the resources that we get. I think that is part of what you'll get by joining. And as you turn into an alumni, going forward in the future, you'll also be receiving newsletters with resources. The advisor meetings, I'm not quite sure on the schedule. Maybe Maybelline could elaborate on that, but we do ask that the advisor's time is respected. So, just make sure that when you do schedule one, it is a time that you are able to attend. And I think our advisors are pretty flexible in working with you as just kind of getting something that works for both of you. I guess more on, the processes, the documentation. A lot of the surveys and most of the surveys that we sent really are to help you to get the stuff from the webinar better. And, there's just different ways of learning. So we do ask that you are open to participating and answering those. Usually the surveys and the paperwork that we sent, it won't take a lot of your time. We realize that you're all busy. So, but when we do ask for you to fill in a survey, usually we use Google Forms, which is pretty easy to use. That you do spend a few minutes in filling it out. And yeah, I guess I kind of talked briefly about the newsletter, but as alumni, you'll be getting information into the future for things that come up that may interest you or may be of benefit to you. I think that's good enough. Maybelline, I don't know if you want to.
Yes, I'm just going to expand a little bit more on the scheduling with your advisors. As I mentioned it before, you're going to be receiving emails later today where you will be introduced to both of your advisors. From there, scheduling would be up to you and the advisor. So you guys can accommodate best days and times that work for both of you. And as Maria mentioned it, we ask for everybody's time to be respected. And in service of agreement, you saw our scheduling policy. If we understand that emergency happens, so if you know that you cannot make it to your meeting, my understanding is that most of the advisors, they will share their phone number with you guys. So even a text, a quick email, hey, something happened, I cannot make it, so that the advisor doesn't show up and you don't. Because when that happens, that hour or that, for example, depending on the type of agreement that you get into with your advisor, are you going to be meeting on a weekly basis for less time or on a monthly basis for more time? That will be up to you. But if you, let's say you decide on a monthly basis and today is your meeting, you don't show up, that hour is going to be deducted from your whatever amount of hours you have remaining, or if with your advisor. So you will lose that time. And we don't want that time to be lost. We want you to utilize that time correctly. And the other part is like when it says the stories, from time to time, we do need to write what we call success stories. That is required by the EWDD, who is the main founder of our program, just for them to showcase kind of like the successes of the program. That also help us when we are raising funds in order to be able to keep providing this service for free. The same goes with the survey. It all translates the data that we collect, even though it is not public it's not general information. We do keep it anonymously, but we do use it to raise funds so we can keep providing the program. So your collaboration with that is truly appreciated. And that is all I have to add. And then I went back instead of forward. So Maria is going to do a quick walkthrough about Google Classroom, just for those of you who are not familiar with it. If at any point also you feel like you need more support, just feel free to reach out to Maria and she'll schedule a meeting with you at your convenience. Okay, I'll give it to you, Maria.
Yeah, so this is the main page that you'll see when you log into a Google Classroom. The way to log into it is, you can use whichever way that you sign in online, whatever browser, Chrome, Safari, go to classroom.google.com. And once you're there, it'll either you're already invited and you'll see Seasoned Accelerator Cohort 5, or you'll want to click on an add button and it'll ask you for this code that's V7YD. So I will put it in the chat for us and also, send it to you in email. But so when you do log in, this is what you'll see. The feed is under, you see the brown S there. So when we post the webinar YouTube videos, they're up, or documents and we share with you, that will be in that feed. You'll be able to access those. But you can also go up to the top where you see classwork, and when classwork, it's really not like homework. There, sometimes we provide documents for you to use, and so all those files will be there. You can also actually have chats with Maybelline and me privately in here. We don't really use that feature, but it is available. Yeah, so you do usually need a Gmail. I have seen some domains, like some ad that Google allows, but right now there are 3 of you that have Gmails, and you should have an invite in your email already. There are 2 of you that also, I think that the domain allowed me to send an invite, but for 4 of you, we need to work on getting you a Gmail so that you can access Google Classroom if you don't have one already. And if you do, please just send it to me in the chat right now or email me. And I am also willing to stay after this webinar today if you want to try to log in with me and go through it. We had a short video on that just kind of recorded how to log in. So we can send that through email too, if that will be helpful to you. But it's usually it's pretty user friendly, I think. But yeah, thank you guys.
Sorry, I was muting. I saw your text, Jodie. Happy meeting. Thank you for joining us. Email me if you have any questions. I'll let you go. So really quick, we're gonna get to know our seasonal coaches. Some of you are going to be working with them. You're gonna be all working with them. So Carissa Hernandez is one of our business coach, and her specialty would be in finances and brick and mortar. Spr Smith, she is overall our marketing coach for most of you. And then it's Joseline Ramirez, business and marketing coach. And then Victoria O, which is our business coach for CPG Brands. So I'm not going to go really into depth about their background. Their background will be listed in the welcome guide that you are going to be receiving. Just know that all of them have experience in the food and beverage industry. That's where they're specialized on. They are all entrepreneurs. They come with a background of expertise and experience of being actually on the ground doing the work, and they are delightful to work with. And this is our first, now I'm realizing, our first group of coaches that is all formed by women. So our team is women right now. So yeah, and then the seasoning team, you already know, is Maria and myself. That's our contact information, though you already have it. Feel free to reach out at any time with any questions or any support that you need before our one-on-one, which I'm gonna be sending a calendar invite when the time comes for it. And then what is next? So as I mentioned it, intros to your advisors, those are going to be happening via email. Some of them, like Spr right now, she's on vacation. It just happened to be at the same time. But for those of you who are not, how can I say, whose coaches might have another commitment during this week, it was said over there to give them a little time so they get back to you. Calendar invites for webinars are going to be sent out today as well via our Gmail account, as well as the invite for the Google Classroom and our private YouTube channel. We also have another line of communication, which we use. It's a group. It's like a group for emails that we're going to be sending you just specifically to this cohort information about anything and reminders for webinars and things like that. So upcoming webinars. The first webinar is going to be next March 11th, next Monday at 11 a.m., Managing Growth with Kenny Now. The following week, we have no webinars. And then the following one will be on March 25th, where we are going to be talking about food and beverage accounting practices with Alice Sharon. So also in the guide, I'm just gonna stop sharing. In the guide, you will see the background of all of the presenters, so you know who is going to be presenting what kind of information and why we chose them. Yeah, most of our presenters, except for those that are in finance, have been same as our coaches. Food entrepreneurs, have their own businesses. They have done the work themselves, so they know what they're talking about. Again, everything that they tell you, everything that your advisors, presenters said, you should take it with a grain of salt. If you feel like it resonates with you, it's something that you want to apply, you're more than welcome to do so. If it is something you don't want to apply for whatever reason, same deal. You will get out of this program, as we have mentioned it before, whatever you put in, and just letting you know that we are here to support you in whatever way we can. So that's our own onboarding. Questions, comments, open mic. Yes, Hannah.
Hi, I just wanted to ask, so there's 4 consultants. I just wondered if you'd get a consistent consultant, or is it, yeah, so you get allocated 1 or 2 or?
Yes,
Cool.
in the email, so you get 2 coaches, 1 business and 1 marketing. So in the email, I'm gonna send 2 separate emails, one connecting you with your business coach, another connecting you with your marketing coach. So you, for the next 6 months, you're going to be working with those 2 coaches. If at some point, let's say any of you, because it's gonna be the case, is paired up with a coach for whatever reason, but you're gonna have access to other coaches in case you have any questions, because each of them has different areas of expertise, but your main coach is the one that you're going to be receiving the email with. And just know that those extra hours, if they are available, if we have them, we'll give them to you, but if we don't have them, we can just not give them, because we also work with a budget. But in the email, you're going to get a detail on the amount of hours, your coach, and so on. And from there, your coach take it on and you schedule with them at a time and day that is convenient for both of you. Any questions? Let me see, there was something in the chat. Oh, it's Maria just sent you the link for the Google Classroom and the code as well. I'm gonna include it also in the email where I'm going to be sending the welcome guide, just in case. Yeah, you're gonna be receiving a lot of emails today from us. Any other questions? Mercedes.
I think you're muted.
Yeah, she's trying to unmute. I see her struggle.
Okay, so I wanted to, do we have access to our cohort participants so that I can see their Instagrams, follow, connect with everyone?
Thank you for reminding me that. Yeah, so next week, I'm going to be sending out like a participant guide that includes a lot of you, if not all of you, I haven't quite checked, have sent me your logo already, a short kind of like bio of your business, as well as your social media handles. That's why I asked for those, so we can put them together and we can send it out so you can connect with each other. You're welcome to interact with each other via the Google Classroom and via the Outlook email group that we are going to be sending out information. So thank you for reminding me that, Mercedes. Any other questions? Any questions? 1? Okay, 2 and 3, no more questions? Okay, so this is it for us, guys. As I said, a lot of emails from us in their inbox today. Any questions? You have my email already and Maria emails as well. She has been CC and all of it, and just shoot email us. Thank you again for trusting us with your businesses, and we truly hope that this next 6 months are really fruitful for you and that you can take as much advantage of the resources that we are able to provide you as you can. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye.